Hi everyone, how's it going? Today is October the 28th, 2019, and here is the Game of Thrones Tarot. I love this deck. I'm a huge fan. I never thought I would be, but once I watched the first episode, I was like, okay, that's it, I'm hooked. So it was definitely one of the most exhilarating of shows, and I absolutely loved the complexity of the characters and the beautiful souls that played them. It's Game of Thrones. Who doesn't love Game of Thrones? I know there's a few people out there that really don't like Game of Thrones, but yes, thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, me too. I love these lives, and it's really when I'm just really feeling like I really want to get this message out. I'm really excited about reading the tarot, and that's just Spirit's way of exciting me so that I can deliver a message, because ultimately I work for Spirit. So this is it. We've got the Game of Thrones tarot. I have 3 piles. Pile number 1. I always do these 3 piles. It's fun. Pile number 2 and pile number 3. So I've already pre-shuffled the cards. These are the cards here. Here, let me just go through them so you can actually have a look at them. They're really beautiful. So they're actually really thick cardstock. I really like that. And it comes in a cute little box like this. And yeah, it's a pretty cool deck. Let's see. Yeah, you open it up, and it also has a little booklet, so this actually helps you. It's a guidebook, so it helps you understand the cards that are in there. It gives you a little cute introduction. There's the Hermit, also the sign of Virgo. Yeah, so it's a cute little deck. I really love it. So yeah, let's just go through the cards really quickly so you can have a look at them. All right, and it's not, it's actually based on the Rider-Waite. It is a 78 card deck, but they change it around so that instead of like pentacles, you've got coins. Instead of wands, you have spears. Instead of, actually the swords, that's the only thing that stays the same. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, here you go. You get to see who the cast members are and who they're representing. There's a star card. The moon. We have, oh, there he is. He's the king of winter, the bad guy. He's the king of swords here, which is funny because that's also representing Gemini, my sign. And then here he is again as Judgment. Pretty scary. And then, there you go. What's his name again? I forget his name, but he was like Jon Snow's best friend. 6 of coins, so there's the pentacles. Yeah, the cards are really beautiful. There's Khaleesi. Sam. Oh, yes. His name is Sam. Thank you. Yeah, the cards are just really lovely. I'm not good with names. Like, I know the characters, I just forget their names. What does this say? It says... Oh, the Lannisters. Lannisters always pay their debts, yes. Cool, eh? There's Sam again with the Temperance card. Yeah, and just like the detailing is really, really cool. Also, you can see that the card is kind of like pixelated a bit. Yeah, it's a pretty cool card. All right, so those are the cards. If you're thinking about getting this deck, highly recommend you do, because it is a beautiful deck. And if I think it's also a good beginner deck. Like if you're learning to read the tarot, just as long as you know what your suits are, because there's a lot going on. I mean, I suggest, you get this if you have watched the, all seasons, just because I think really speaks to you. Like the characters will really, really speak to you. And a lot of, like, all the scenes are actually from the seasons. So, it gives you a little bit of a, like, you need a little bit of a backstory, I think. So it's a little advanced in that sense, but, I mean, the cards can also intuitively speak to you if you're more advanced. All right, let's jump in. We've got these 3 piles, and what I'm going to do is give you an intuitive reading based on the energies of these cards, all right, and what's coming up for us with them. So whenever you're watching this, this is the time for you to watch. This is the right time. Even though it's October 28th when we're doing this live reading, whenever you come across this video, if it's like December 10th or whenever, this is the time for you to watch. This is when the energies are present for you. And we are having a Scorpio full moon right now, so really intense energies. So I don't expect these cards to be anything less than intense. All right, let's see what we've got. All right, the Hierophant. So this could also be the sign of Taurus, if you're a Taurus watching this. But the Hierophant is the spiritual leader, the initiator. This is a person who is a teacher, a guide in many ways, and somebody who brings people into a deeper understanding of themselves and the world. Let's get a little bit more information on what's coming up with this card here. But this could be you as a spiritual teacher, as a spiritual guide for others. Oh, there's a 3 of Swords. Yeah. And in the Rider-Waite, you don't have these clouds or these flames. These do not look like pretty swords. All right, so I'll get a little more information, but what I'm getting here is that you could be involved in a situation where, you're involved with maybe 2 other people. It's kind of like a love triangle. It doesn't have to be love romantic. It can just be working with people as well. I'm getting that for some of you, you're working with others and there's just a lot of strife. There's a lot of just not getting along. It's a lot of Swords energy too, and Swords has to do with mental activity, mental agitation. This could be you just feeling like really mentally bombarded by the work situation, by the people that you're around. But this could also be a love triangle type thing. I'm going to get a little more info on that. But so far we have spiritual leader, we have Taurus, we have 3 of Swords. Page of Cups, okay. So you could also be dealing with a younger water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And you see he's got the little fish in the cup. The little fish is coming out of the cup. So this is, it's a little bit comical too. I'm seeing that this could be, an opportunity perhaps for seeing things in a different way, and maybe not being so on guard with things. So that's, it's a little bit confusing right now. You could be in a third-party situation with an earth sign and a water sign. Let's see who else is in here. And Swords, this could be you. This could be the air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. 10 of Cups, okay, so completions and beginnings, 10s, 1 plus 0, that's completion. That's also beginning. I'm seeing this more as a beginning card because, all of the candles are lit and the flame is really speaking to hope, okay? So if you're watching this and you were involved in a type of like triad or love triangle thingamajig, this could be indicating that there will be this new start with a water sign. Cups is water. Or a new start, a new emotional start. This could be with emotions, right? This could be a new friendship. This could be a lost connection. But there is hope here. There is renewal here. There is passion as well because you've got the fire with the candlelight. Yes. All right. Let's see what else I'm getting for this pile. A lot happening with this pile. If you chose pile number 1, oh boy, there's so much happening. 4 of Spears, 4 of Wands in the Rider-Waite. Marriage, commitment, okay? Somebody that you're dealing with wants something more serious with you, or you with them if you're a fire sign. But this is a fire energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So much happening here. So I didn't actually choose how many cards I would get per pile. I just said, hey, Spirit, how many cards do you want in this pile? Like, the cards actually just jumped out in the piles. If you're wondering why there's so many cards in this pile, there's not as many cards in pile number 2 and pile number 3. Five of Spears, Five of Wands. Okay, this is conflict. This is like friendly competition as well. So if there is, if you, I do strongly feel that if you pick this pile, you are in a third party situation with a fire sign, with a water sign. You're probably the air sign. But there is conflict here. But this is, this is just before victory, because the sixes are all victory, their wish is fulfilled. You could be in a situation like this right now, or you could be going into a situation like this right now, where things of the past come back to haunt you because it's that witching month. And, once things settle, once the dust settles, because there will be a lot of dust clouds after this fight, then it's going to be a time for you to rejoice, to receive that love and care and that sweet lovin'. Because I'm feeling for a lot of you that might just be happening after the dust settles here. Okay? Last card. The sun. See, didn't I say once the dust settles, you're going to have sun. You're going to have joy. The sun is also renewal, rebirth. Definitely. There's going to be a renewal. So if you've been dealing with this type of situation, which is quite sticky, then, there will be a sense of renewal for you. If you want to go deeper into this reading, send me a message, and we can do that. But I'm definitely sensing here that, there will be a second chance with somebody that you may have had a lost connection with. Thank you, Resonant. It resonates. Yes, totally. I feel like it does. I feel like I said enough and you get it. But if you guys want to go deeper into it, we can, okay? Now let's go into pile number 2. Pile number 2. What's in store? Oh, what happened there? Just fell out of my hand. 8 of Coins, 8 of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite. So 8 is about, working on your craft. This is working on something that you do with your hands. This could be making art. I read for somebody on the weekend, and I said, what do you do with your hands? Like, you create things with your hands. You're an artist. And they said, yeah, well, I don't know. I'm a cook. I cook meals. Like, come on. How is that not an art? How is that not a skill? But, sometimes people just don't see it that way. So if you're one of those people and you're like, I don't create anything, but you clearly do, this is the card for you. So you're creating. You work with your hands, if that's cooking, if that's making art, if that's knitting, if that's whatever your hands are doing to create projects. This is you. All right, and this is an earth sign as well, so this could be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Wow, lots of pentacles here, lots of coins. And then we have the 7 of Coins, which is interesting because this is a different energy altogether. With the 7 of Coins, this is the energy of, looking at the fruits of your labor and just looking at them, taking a break from them. So if you were working, maybe you're not working right now. Maybe you're taking a break off work. Maybe it's your day off. Maybe you need some time to figure out what you want to do about where you are with work. Maybe you don't like where you're working. So there is this pause. There is this transition that's happening right now with you. And you might also be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And our third card. The King of Cups. Who's calling me? Oh, sorry. I need to call you back. Okay. We're almost done. The King of Cups. There's Jon Snow. So typically this is the card that represents Scorpio. That's so funny because I just had a Scorpio calling me right now. That's awesome how that works. Okay, so you could be working with a Scorpio. This is the full moon in Scorpio, but what I'm getting here, the message I'm getting, is that an opportunity, if you have been off work, an opportunity is coming in that's going to bring you more prosperity, okay, more abundance in terms of money, cha-ching. So this could be you having an opportunity while you're working. You could still be working, or you could be in transition. But there is definitely an opportunity coming in during this Scorpio full moon phase. All right. So yeah, that's why we only needed 3 cards, because that's a really simple message and a really good one too. All right. Pile number 3. Let's see what's happening here. All right. Justice in the reverse. So this could be you dealing with a legal matter that perhaps, I'm getting that, yeah, maybe some of you are dealing with a legal matter, but I'm also getting that the scales of justice have been unbalanced. So this is also the sign of Libra. You could be a Libra yourself. You may have been unfair or unjust with someone, or somebody may have been unfair, unjust with you. Somebody may have been treating you like total garbage. And that's really just a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So, yeah, I'm getting that for a lot of you, you weren't treated fairly. There was a situation where you don't feel that you were heard. You don't feel that you were trusted. You could be dealing with people that just have a lot of trust issues. You're constantly having to balance your emotions with them, okay? That's what I'm getting with this pile here. Let's get a little more information. Wow, we've got a lot of reversed cards. What happened here? Did I just reverse all of them? Are they all reversed? No, they're not. Okay, so the ones that are reversed are showing up that way because there's something out of whack with the energy. Here with the 6 of Swords, this is, you taking a journey away. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy as well. Maybe you're going on a little bit of a trip. Maybe it's like a little mini trip where you just need to clear your mind, and then we've got all this water, but the water is not really moving. It's like stuck water. This is like Venice, right? And the water is just stuck. It's not moving. This is your own stuckness. This is your own stuck energy. And you just feel like you need to go somewhere new, see new places, new things, new experiences, because you're really tired of this energy that keeps coming up, where you put your trust in people and then they betray you. But that's just life. Unfortunately, it happens. And we're going to keep facing these people in these situations, not necessarily until we learn our lessons, but until we learn to love ourselves a little bit more. Yeah, I've definitely been there. Wow, what's happening with these cards? They keep jumping out of my hand. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with this card. But let's see what else, because we have a little bit of a pile here. Not as many as pile number 1, but we do have a pile. And there we go with the Queen of Swords. Okay, yes, I'm definitely resonating with this pile as well. So, Queen of Swords, this is you. This is you. You're sitting on your throne of swords. Dare anybody enter, dare anybody come through. I think this is really you just feeling like you need to have this almost like, a bubble, a protective bubble, but instead it's armor and it's sharp and it's all around you because you have been hurt, you've been betrayed, you have opened your heart, and you've been, you felt like you've been stabbed in the back. So this is you just really protecting yourself and creating this barrier around yourself. But, I want to remind you that, yes, even though we need to be very discerning of the people and places, and when people show you who they are, they show you their shitty selves, believe them and walk away from them. But also, just let those shoulders down, because I feel like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people are just holding on to that tension, and you need to just let it go, breathe through it. Do not judge yourself for it. Do not judge yourself for trusting people, because there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's how others learn and grow, and you're holding that space for them. But most definitely be discerning about, the people that show their rotten teeth to you, and don't try to make a pretty story out of it. Just see it for what it is and walk away. So you can definitely call on this Queen of Swords energy when somebody is showing you themselves and it is not in alignment with your soul. Be like this Queen of Swords, but also be soft and gentle and be like a child. Be curious, be playful, and, don't let those shitty people, dictate how you open your heart in the future, right? But yes, discernment, important. All right, let's see what else is coming up here. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So Wheel of Fortune. This also has to do with things just not appearing to go right. Like almost like there's a part in your life where you're not feeling lucky. And I'm feeling this has to do with love and romance and closeness with others as well. You know, this little solitary bird here by themselves. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely that happening where you're feeling quite solitary, and you're feeling like things are not quite going your way. All right, but we've just put this in the upright position. So things are going to start to change. It's a Scorpio full moon, so it's a time for you to, embrace and play with your shadow and, allow your shadow and that dark side of you that you don't want to look at to express itself in responsible ways, right? So without hurting you or others. But it's definitely the time to go into deep exploration with that. Let's see what this card has. Ooh, the Knight of Swords. Okay. Knight of Swords, Gemini. You could be a Gemini yourself. You could be dealing with a Gemini. This is the Gemini energy. So this Knight of Swords energy, it's interesting because in the Rider-Waite, he is holding his sword upright and he is just like running into battle. But here, he's more composed, right? He's not doing that. And if you look at the expression on his face, he's being quite discerning, right? He's like, wait a minute, let's just examine what's going on. Let's evaluate the scene before I take out my sword and battle through. So I really like him here because in the Knight of Swords, he's like this little prepubescent man, that's just like sword first, action first, no follow through. No thinking, no planning. And this is Gemini. This is my energy too, because I can be like that. Oh yes, this is totally my energy. But here we've got the Queen of Swords. So, she's not a knight. She is a queen. And she is preemptive. She is prepared. She's a little bit too harsh. She's a little too hard. You don't want to be that hard, but you also don't want to be like the Knight of Swords that just rushes into battle. So you really want to be discerning. And this guy he's very discerning. Okay, so if you are a Gemini, if you have been feeling like this, like you've just had a lot of impulsivity, which you probably did because we had a crazy Aries new moon. And that energy was not fun. So if you already have an impulsive nature, the Aries new moon brought that out like tenfold. Definitely for me and definitely I think for a lot of you. So if you are this Gemini, if you were like this Gemini, like this Knight of Swords, you are a lot more discerning now, okay? So you've got that Queen energy and you also still have that Knight energy where you can be impulsive, but you're being a lot more discerning about it now. I really like that. All right, our last card, the Page of Swords. All right, so it's interesting because we have a page, we have a knight, and we have a queen. We have like the hierarchy of the swords here. But with this, I'm feeling like this has to do with a message coming through. This has to do with you. It's like you're going to slay someone. You're going to slay someone with your words. Like somebody really pissed you off. And you're going to slay them with your words. And what I'm getting is that, this person's wearing a mask too, right? They're protecting themselves. So you might even send this message like through somebody else. I don't know. But the message I'm getting here is that, certain things need to be said and don't hold back because you're always being told. Usually, the sword's energy is being cautioned to not be harsh with words because swords, that's the energy of just being very cutthroat, cutting with words, killing with words, right? But I feel like somebody needs to learn and grow up. So if somebody hurt you, somebody betrayed you, and you've got some nasty things to say to them, don't hold back. Speak your truth. This is the time to do that. It's a Scorpio full moon, so we're going deep, deep into our darkness. Say what's on your mind. Don't go out of your way to be mean, but also don't go out of your way to be gentle if that's how you feel. All right? Because this guy, the Page of Swords, he's got this nasty sword. He's like, look at that point up there. He is going to slash someone, and he is not going to be merciful about it. So do that with your words. Figuratively, you have to say something to someone. Say it. Don't hold back. This is the best time to do it with the Scorpio full moon. This is the best time to explore those darker emotions, to really feel them, really, really let them ferment, feel them deeply, and then say your war with someone, or, you know, a group of people or whatever. You know, you've got this Queen of Swords energy. Sometimes you need to be like this very strong lady here. Right? And be discerning. So still be a knight, still be excited about life, but be discerning about it. Wow. That's okay. I get why Spirit was really telling me to do this reading today. I feel like a lot of you, and me, myself included, we needed to hear those messages. There's my little queen. There's my little Queen of Hearts. A sweet little gift from a dear friend of mine on this beautiful, what is this, labradorite shell? Yeah. It's cool. You got the amethyst and the citrine. I'm not sure what that is. Blue quartz. But yeah, I have an extra deck of these, by the way. If anyone wants to get this deck, if you're like, yes, I need this deck, contact me. I love this deck. It's one of my favorites. I really hope you all have a super magical Samhain. Do something sacred and beautiful and fun, and, you know, really, really enjoy the Scorpio full moon period. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for watching.